kick a door.
Yanni Nico chat, that Chainsmoker anime that people are losing their minds over. And by losing their minds, I mean like people are saying they're getting like sick to the stomach by watching this. And I'm like, I don't want to be mean, chat, but if you, I mean, I understand that people have weak stomachs, but if you're getting sick by what you see from an anime, I don't think you watched enough horrible stuff in your life. Have you not watched the Final Destination? Final Destination, you want to get sick by something? Watch that. Here we have a chain-smoking cat girl. And when right off the bat, chat, I will tell you that I was actually shocked. Not necessarily shocked, but kind of surprised about what actually might end up happening in any of the new seasons, right? So,
bunch of
every main character.
She's wife material.
Bunch of lightweights? No, I don't think having a wife who smokes is a good idea for many reasons. And I don't know what some of you are asking or saying like, well, my wife smokes or my husband smokes. No, I get it, but it's still not good because eventually you're going to watch that person die, probably in your arms or in your bed or on the street while you're walking down the street. There's a lot of things that could kill you, chat, and smoking should not be on that list. All I'm saying, it is not good. Do not smoke. Keep that out of your lungs. The main character lives like garbage, right? Do not make an Asmongold joke because he has gotten better, all right? And right off the back, chat, we get to see the main character actually seem like a normal smoker, right? If it wasn't for all that filth she was living in, it was like, oh, she's just a normal person. But no, it gets chaotic, all right? I'm not going to show you too many screenshots, but just enough to get you the idea. But some screenshots, I'm like, oh my gosh. And I think I might actually found my favorite character inside of this so far. It's this guy. He's a bit more like a background character, but I still like him. Now, he's the most well-rounded, not because of his bald head. And I wouldn't even say well-rounded. I think he got a little bit more depth to him, is what I mean, is that he...
From the second we see the clip of her pooping, I knew I'd love this.
Exactly. Okay, Remedy. A lot of people were saying like, oh, this is like degenerate, yada, this is a terrible anime. I'm like, look, we've seen so many isekais. We've seen so many anime where people are power tripping or slice of life. But this right here is true slice of life in true representation. A lot of people are crying like, oh, we need to like proper representation in anime. Like, no, you don't.
Oh,
you need a well-written anime.
I love it. We need more cat girls doing heroin.
Oh, I never said it wasn't a degenerate anime. It's definitely like degenerate, but it's well written. You have a character whose life is off the freaking walls, and all her friends are like that, but hers is worse. You're like, ugh, nasty. She's a degenerate. I kind of wish she was a fighter because normally you see a lot of degenerates there fighting, right? I've seen a lot of a few anime where the main character, he's got his hair painted yellow or whatever. They're going around just getting into like brawls with other people, but you don't really see that. You don't really see that with this one. This one is more. I think you might see that in the lolly one, right? If I'm being honest, chat, I don't really like using that word, but it's the easiest way for me to explain what I'm trying to say. Is that there was this one. Like what it's called, like little girls who
she robs someone for cigarette
meth or
money
something
and has to run from the cops but can't because her lungs.
Because her lungs? Yeah, you gotta. I know some of you are out there like, I can fix her. Like, can you though? Can you though? She digs into trash, chat, to find old cigarettes. How she let a cigarette go to waste, I have no freaking idea.
Doing drugs, man.
Do we though? And I know some people were like, oh,
I don't want to fix her.
You don't want to fix her, you want to make it work. I saw this one content creator. She was talking about Gaston from Beauty and the Beast. And she was like, if I could find the clip, I'll post it and everything. I'll add it to this video. But she says, I don't want to fix Gaston. I want to make him worse. And I'm like, ugh. I'm like, oh my God. She likes what she likes, chat. I can't really, I can't blame her. Gaston didn't need to go for that one girl, by the way. He didn't. He had so many others who were probably better. He just wanted someone he couldn't have. That was his downfall. Anyway, we get to see a few different degenerates right here. I think the only one who isn't a degenerate is this one. Unless...
I want to smoke with her, then throw rocks at joggers and call them lame for running.
I don't think she's like a violent degenerate. She's just a smoker who has bad habits and everything. But she definitely needs a job. But this one right here, I've only seen 2 episodes, and all of them are a degenerate in some way. I think he's a little bit more of a perv, but at least he has the well, he's not necessarily a perv. He's respectful, but he's still he's a guy, Chad. He's a guy, but he's got trauma. This is why I think he's my favorite character in this, because he's oh yeah, the angel thing. I haven't seen this one yet. I think she's a content creator with anger issues. I haven't seen her show up yet. She's a druggie, and I think from the trailer she's a drunk. I think she might be, because first time we see her with her boyfriend. I think she has a high libido. That's her degeneracy. With her, I'm not sure what she's up to. I don't know what she's got going on right here, but I think all of the main characters' friends are degenerates in some way, and I think that's going to be the theme of it. Far left one is homeless. I mean, that's possible, but I guess that does make sense. And I wonder what I think she might be the pervert then, huh? Also, the main character's wearing Crocs. I just want to point that out. Oh. I don't think I've ever seen an anime where they've animated sewage coming out of the main character's butt.
The face of love.
Face of love. Ugh. It messes with your head, because if the main character actually looked like she smoked cigarettes, she would, like, because when you smoke cigarettes, you look like you've aged. You got hit in the face with an aging brick. That you look terrible, and you smell terrible when you smoke cigarettes. But because she looks fine and she's living in trash, it messes with your head. Like, you don't really know what you're looking at. This girl bought a pack of cigarettes.
Gross and bad for you. Smoke crack so you work harder.
And accidentally dropped the pack of cigarettes and poop. And yes, she did pick all the cigarettes up. Moving on. I do find it interesting is that she does have potential to actually be a working person, but she only seems to work. I don't know how Japan's employment thing even works. I'm not really sure how it works, because she's clearly living in squalor, but at the same time, she's able to at least find a job every week. I'm not sure how easy it is to find work over there, because she managed to get this temp job and stayed the entire 6 hours. Her problem is that she quit 30 minutes after, 30 minutes before it was time for her to leave, because she was having cigarette withdrawal. And in my mind, I'm like, maybe a break? Take a break, like a smoke break or something like that. That is a thing. I hear they smoke a lot over in Japan, chat, but I feel like you just smoke anywhere, really. Like, people smoke a lot everywhere. But I've never seen. I think she got it bad, almost as bad as that 500 cigarettes meme you see. You know, when he took a bite of that cigarette, like chewed up that cigarette, it was like crunchier than it needed to be. I'm just saying, it made me think of that Land Before Time scene where they always chewing up a tree, one of those tree stars. They look delicious, even though you definitely should not be chewing on those cigarettes, chat.
I want to try the vanilla ice cream flavored Japanese cigarettes.
I want to try a lot of things as well, like from the cigarettes to cigars to like alcohol, but I want to try them all, but it is bad for you, so I will never. Because I'm curious. I'm like, why? Why do people get... And it's the nicotine. It's not the taste, it's the nicotine. It's not the taste of the alcohol, it's the buzz you get from it. That's why. But some people, they're like, oh, this great flavor. Bud Light. Or whatever. Is Bud Light the one that people don't like anymore because of whatever? I don't care, chat. Fent? That's crazy. That's all the money in the cigarettes she got, chat. That's funny, because I spent $400, $500 on magic cards in 2 days. Yeah. This is going to be me, chat. This is going to be me. I was going to spend another $500, but I decided not to. I think she gets her home from her parents, chat. She has to, because there's no way she could afford to live like that. No way, no. She pays her own rent. You know what, chat? There it is. If you're able to pay your own bills, you can live however you want, even if it's unhealthy. you should be advised to seek help. But if that's how you want to live, hey, no one can stop you. She found some money. She ran out of cigarettes. She found some money and went to go smoke. I was like, oh my God. And she's wearing Crocs.
She gives tuggies for rent.
I don't think she does that. She easily could, but I don't think she does that. I think if you were to look at what she actually looks like if she came into the real world and look at her, like what she actually looked like, I think she would look disgusting. But at the same time, I don't know. I remember I spoke with somebody. I think it might have been Meg. I said, who smells worse, men or women? And she immediately was like, women. Women smell worse. If they don't bathe, they will smell terrible. I'm like, really? No. I don't think Meg said that. It was some other lady. I don't remember. But I am interested in who the heck this is, because I don't know. I always try to look at stuff, chat. Like, look at the background, analyze it. Maybe I'm over analyzing, really. But I'm like, when he walked past, he was like nervous around this one. Normally you just walk right past someone and just ignore them. But I feel like those two know each other, but that won't come into play until later. It's a little bit of foreshadowing. Something, chat. Something. It's gotta be something. Mark my words, chat. Remember that. That's one of my predictions. This character comes in later. Maybe even season 2, if they play in the long game. And no, that's not a joke about him having a long game between the legs, chat. I'm not trying to do that. We're not talking about Drake over here, all right? Then we get to see her sister. And this is where I found kind of... Wait, no, we're not to that part yet.
I used to have a roommate that would go months without showering and just drown in Axe body spray.
Drown in Axe body spray? Ugh. Axe body spray. Do they still make that? So her sister was like, hey, I'll come over and visit if you clean up. So she starts thinking about all the ways that she can clean up, but then she gets overstimulated and throws up. Unfortunately, you don't like Axe body spray? She gets overstimulated and then throws up on the floor. And I'm like, there was also a scene somewhere where she's like, I wish my friend stopped trashing my room. And I'm like, oh, don't smoke indoors, chat. If you're going to smoke outside, because if you smoke indoors, you're going to get this all over your... The crazy thing is there are people who actually live like this. Worse than this, actually. I think that's what makes this anime very powerful, even though it's funny, is because it's real. It's a real situation a lot of people live in. This is one of the reasons why I like the landlord's character, because we get to see his past and how traumatic it was. Right? I like that.
I also knew a woman that lived like this.
You also knew a woman that lived like this? Crazy thing is, I think she would she probably would have lived a way better life if she didn't smoke. If smoking wasn't a thing she did, I think she might have still, I think she still would have lived in filth, but she wouldn't have had an addiction to something.
I was 16 cleaning up after her as a full-grown woman. Insane.
Who do you think has filthier places, chat? Women or men? We get to see, this is what I was talking about, where I think her problem is that she likes men a lot. That's her addiction. Or boys, depending on how old he is. We don't know, chat, because his eyes are covering. Is covered. I always did like this character design. I think the Bookkeeper actually has a character who's like that, where the hair was over the eyes completely. She's like some depressed, crippled girl who managed to walk, and then she kills her mother with a bat. Yeah. Anyway, I was taken aback by this scene where she calls her sister. I'm not gonna tell you what happened in the dream. I'm gonna let you watch it yourself. She had a dream, but something happened that kind of shook her.
Because they have more stuff. I'm the kind of person that is okay with one plate, fork, bowl, and spoon.
That's pretty much all you need, King Remedy. She had a dream. She got sad and called her sister and was like, I want to stop smoking. I'm not gonna tell you what happened next, but she wants to stop smoking. And I find that very interesting for a character development, because in season 2 or season 3, depending what happens in the next few years or months, we might actually get to see a happy ending or a bad ending. It's hinting that one or two things: she dies or she gets better.
I want to stop gooning on public transportation.
Yeah, I think everybody wants you to stop doing that. disgusting. She either dies or gets better. I think if I had to, if I had to predict what's going to happen at the end of this series, I think she ends up dying, chat. You know how like Frieren, you get to see while you're going on this adventure, there's in the deep background on an emotional level, you know things are going to come to an end, right? You can see it. It's been hinting at it since episode 1. With this, it doesn't hint at it every episode, and it only hints at it for like a few moments, or maybe it hints at it every time she takes a puff of cigarettes. Either way, it's not going to end well. It shouldn't end well. And I think it's going to be more, I think it's going to be sadder than Cyberpunk. I almost said Cyberpunk Evolution. Oh my goodness, what am I thinking? That's Dragon Ball Evolution.
I think it would be a fitting ending if she does try to stop and ultimately doesn't, then dies, but at her funeral absolutely no one is shocked and only 1 or 2 people are crying.
That would be powerful. That actually would be powerful. That kind of ending right there would be better on, like, it would be sadder than Cyberpunk Edge Runners, in my opinion, because it's such a, I don't know, Chad, it's hard to explain, because in Cyberpunk Edge Runners, you know, kind of knew that, you know, the end was coming because or the end was possible because they're just trying to, you know, they're in those dangerous situations. With her, you're like, she's trying to live her life. She's not living a dangerous life. She's just, you know, living a unhealthy life. She's dying from an unhealthy life, chat, not a dangerous life. Dying from an unhealthy life, I feel like is worse than dying from a dangerous life, right? And I think that's what will make this character's demise all the more emotional. But I don't think only 2 people will be crying. I think her friends.
I think it should stick with its comedian route and not get too sad unless it's for a funny bit. Maybe bury her with a pack of cigarettes.
I think it should only get sad in one sudden moment. Like, give it like a 5-minute scene, right? Or she becomes a granny. You know what? That's a good chance. She somehow manages to grow old. A lot of people who smoke, they've been smoking for years and they've like, you know, are still alive. Strangely enough. Who knows, chat? Who knows? But this is one of those animes I will definitely be following. Chat, be sure to leave a like, leave a comment, and subscribe if you want to see more. I will be giving away gift cards to Crunchyroll or Amazon or Netflix or wherever you can, or High Dive preferably, wherever you want to watch your anime, if this video gets enough comments and likes, chat. Anyway, on with the rest of the show.